Hello, once again, this is Tyrone Johnson, Positive Vibrations, and we're on part three of the series, The Word Spectrum. You've already seen, if you haven't seen Good and Evil yet, you can check it out on my YouTube page, Ty 2360, or my Facebook page, and get involved, share, comment, like if you like, view if you just want to view. Today's series is righteousness and wickedness in the word spectrum. And for those of you that are just seeing it for the first time, let me explain the word spectrum for you. The word spectrum is similar to the light spectrum. The light spectrum exists between ultraviolet and infrared. And some of the colors that you can see with the naked eye are, the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. I think it is. Yeah. Well, the word spectrum is similar to that light spectrum. Um, there's words we use in the everyday language and communication that are on the positive and the negative end of the same spectrum. Words like good and evil, love, hate, righteousness, wickedness, wealth, poverty, life, and death. And today's session is about righteousness and wickedness. Um, Righteousness and wickedness, in their very definition or origin, sound like spiritual words. Well, whether you're a spiritual or a moral person, you know, you're not they're not separate because you are a two-part being. You are both spirit and natural, and with what we say supernatural and natural, we say spiritual and physical. You are spiritual and physical or natural and supernatural, but you're not just one entity. You're a union of entities, and you're a spiritual a being in a physical body. And so both of the principles, both of the realms of your existence work in hand, in unity, in duality. And today, on righteousness and wickedness, you know, first of all, we're going to look at the word righteousness so we can understand exactly what we're talking about here. The root word of righteousness is the word right. And right signifies direction, pretty much. And you know what is right is different from what is good. What is right is not always what is good for those involved, and what is good isn't always necessarily what is right. And people have a tendency to have to choose between what is right and what is good. But righteousness is the act of doing what is right all the time, or trying to do what is right. To be righteous, you have a desire to do what is right all the time. And you know, it is funny because you know people like good. People like what is good, and I could say I want to have me a good drink based upon my decision of or my choice of what is good for me. A good drink for me could be apple juice. A good drink for you could be vodka. You know, who am I to say that vodka is wrong for you, and who am I to say that apple juice is right for me? But at the end of the day, what are these two things going to do to both of us? What is it? Apple juice is going to benefit me. Is vodka going to benefit you? I don't know. Maybe it helps you get rid of a thought, helps you try to drown sorrows. But is that the only way that you can get over what your hurt is? I'm just saying. I've drank vodka, I've drank gin, I've drank all kinds of things. And, I have decided that those things were not good for me. Okay? But what was right is to enhance who I am as a being. What is right, it has to do with self first and then what I do towards others. And the thing about the spectrum, the thing about life in itself, it is about not just what you do to yourself, but it's what you do unto others. And so, you know, Righteousness is a behavior, it is a pattern of lifestyle. You know, who is it going to benefit? There's those people that believe in God and those that don't believe in God. Well, there's those people that believe that in oxygen and those who don't believe in oxygen. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Whatever you want to call it. If you don't want to call him God, if you want to call him whatever, that's your choice. I call him God because God simplifies that he's a higher being than I. That there's a being that is there has to be a consciousness behind the very existence of the universe. And what else are you going to call that consciousness? You can't call that consciousness man because, when you look at the trees and the ocean, man has no dominion over that, even though we are supposed to, even though that's what is taught to us. Well, guess what? You have to understand the spiritual side of it. We talk. There's a story. We all who've read the Bible have heard the story of Adam and the creation story of mankind and what have you. And if you believe that story, if you believe in who Adam was, and if you believe what happened in the Garden of Eden when he ate the fruit and what he lost, if it's true that we are made in the image and likeness of God, then the only thing that Adam could have lost in the Garden of Eden when he disobeyed God had to be the likeness, because it can't be the image, because the image is the appearance. If we look like how God is supposed to look, and we lost dominion in the garden, it's because we lost the likeness. It's the power, the authority of what the expression God really embodies and what was intended for us to be. Righteousness is doing what is right towards yourself and your fellow man. Now, wickedness is the other end of the spectrum, because there are people out there that seek to oppress, to manipulate, to control, to play games with the lives of other people. And this now is where you're talking about wickedness, because anything that oppresses, possesses, deprives, demeans, devalues another individual can't be righteous. It cannot be righteous. Anything that you do to seek revenge or to hurt someone because of envy or jealousy or hatred has to borderline the dark side of the force. And the unfortunate thing is there are some people that believe that wickedness is power, because the righteous always are trying to do good things. And so sometimes, it means that they have the sacrifice of themselves. And the wicked believe that, I do what is beneficial to me. I do what makes me happy. I do what I want to do. Believe it or not, those that think along those lines are borderlining wickedness on the spectrum. They are going toward the darker side of choice. When it becomes all about you, you don't exist in a world just with you. And every decision you make is going to affect you and someone else. And if it doesn't affect you in your time, those of you that have children, it's going to affect your children. Someone's going to remember, hey, your dad did this to me, your mom did this to me. Someone's going to remember that your brother did this or your sister did that. Someone's going to retaliate. If they're not going to affect you directly, they're going to affect your loved ones. That's one of the premises in comic book history. The good guy has all the power and he has all this. He has power, but he can't protect everyone at all times. If you want to hurt the good guy, you're going to go after some of his loved ones. And that's how wickedness operates. Wickedness operates as, listen, I'm going to affect hurt in your life. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to do whatever it takes to take from you. The revenge mentality, the jealousy. The difference between jealousy and envy is jealousy says, I want what you have. Envy says, I don't want what you have, but I don't think you deserve to have it. This is all in the family of wickedness. And you have to choose who you are going to become. Because at the end of the day, in the end of the story, you're going to be a character in a big picture. You're going to have to pick a side. There's going to be a day where these two forces are going to collide, good and evil. The righteous and the wicked are going to constantly be battling because they are on opposite ends of the same battlefield. Only you can determine whether you are going to be righteous or whether you are going to be wicked. No one can determine that for you. No past experience, no past experience can determine that, because guess what? Every day you have a choice. Every day you get up, you have a choice to do right or to do what is wicked. Every day you have a choice to do good or to do evil. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Doesn't matter what happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Doesn't matter how you were conceived. All that matters is what you do the next morning that you wake up. What you did today, from this moment, is what is going to matter. How your story is going to end and what is going to be told of you when you reach the finish line of this race called life. I am Tyrone Johnson. This is another positive vibration on the word spectrum. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I was able to enlighten you. I was able to help someone. That's the reason why I'm doing these videos. I just want you to be encouraged. No matter what you're going through. Every new day is a new opportunity and a new chance for you to change, to make your life, to make your world better. Thank you. And you enjoy. Positive vibes.